Hello everybody, and welcome to episode 97 of the TV Knitting Podcast. My name is Sharon, also known as Stitch Mistress, pretty much everywhere on the internet. Welcome! So, yeah, it's been a great new year so far. I am very excited to be starting a new year with all of you, and I have some really cool things lined up for the show. We'll see, we'll see how it goes. And one thing I would like you guys to do, if possible, is subscribe to the show on YouTube. I have been on iTunes for the entire time I've been podcasting, which is 4 years, because I started out audio, and audio was great on iTunes, but it's not so friendly to video. So you're going to get a better picture and sound on YouTube. So if you're an iTunes subscriber, please go on over to YouTube and subscribe. And I have a YouTube subscriber incentive going on right now. And if I get 500 subscribers, I will have a giant drawing with lots and lots and lots of prizes. And right now I have about a little over 220 subscribers, which is super cool. So I actually have something for 300 subscribers. I have a yarn coming in from a very popular indie dyer whose yarn is very difficult to get, and she was kind enough to donate a skein to the show. So when I get 300 members, I will give away that skein. I'm not going to tell you who it is and about the skein yet until I have it in my hot little hands, which should be this week sometime, so I'll show you next week. Okay, so another thing in housekeeping, whatnot, I want to talk about an upcoming event. I will be at Vogue Knitting Live on Friday, January 15th, 2016. I am super excited about going to Vogue Knitting Live. I've been there twice before. I usually take a class, and this time I'm taking a class with Susan B. Anderson, and I'm really excited about my class. I wanted to take the shawl class, but I got closed out. And I signed up early, so that class was in the afternoon, but this class is in the morning. It's a topsy-turvy toys class, and the class is egg to owl, so I have to cast on and knit homework for it. I have to knit the egg part for the owl, and I'll be doing that this week. And I'm really excited to meet Susan. She's apparently an amazing teacher and a lovely person, and I hope I get a few minutes to chat with her and say hi. Okay, so let's get on with the show. I have lots to show you. Let's start with things I'm working on. So I am working on my Amy Herzog custom fit sweater. I showed you the back. This is the back. And I've gotten some nice progress on the front. I think it looks amazing. So it's kind of boring. It's just a plain stockinette crew neck sweater. So what I really want to do is liven it up a little bit with some lace detailing. So I decided to add, well, I actually was going to add a cable, and I charted out, well, I got a chart for a cable, and this is the chart. Started the chart the other day, and the chart was the chart was fine, but the knitting on the garment was very dark. So this garment is a pretty dark color, and the cable wasn't showing up, and for all the work I would have put into a cable, that would have been sad. So I decided to try a lace panel, and I thought it would be fun to do just something at the neck. So this is, it's hard for you to see it really. But this is, the top one is the one I'm going to use. And it's just going to be like like a V-neck. So the crew neck will be on top, and then it'll come down as a V with the lace. And it's super pretty. I also swatched for this one, and I don't like that one as well. I like this one. And I got the pattern, stitch pattern, from this Japanese knitting book that I got at Vogue Knitting Live like 3 years ago. So I charted it out. It is this one, where my finger is, and I just charted it on graph paper, and then I just did it on, I typed it up on Word, which didn't come out that great on Word. I have to learn how to use Excel. Isn't that terrible that I don't know how to use Excel? My daughter's going to show me. I know how to use it a little bit, but I've only just used it to make schedules and things with templates, so I'm not a big user of that program. So anyway, I'm going to put that lace panel in the front of the sweater. And I think it's about ready to start too, so I'm pretty excited about putting it in there. Alrighty, so yeah, that's been taking up pretty much all of my time this week, is working on this, which is fine. I'm loving knitting this sweater. The yarn is Malabrigo sock in the Botticelli red colorway, and it is gorgeous. I love it, and it's just a dream to knit with. It's just, the fabric is beautiful, it's soft and velvety, and it's going to make a gorgeous sweater. So I'm very excited about it. So next, I put some heels in my 2 at a time socks. I think they look really great. And the heels came out purple, which is super awesome. And this is a sock blank by Gail's Art. And it's a double sock blank, so the yarn comes off it double. There's 2 strands. And you knit 2 at a time socks that way. And I'm really enjoying the 2 at a time socks. I got a little bit of a longer needle. It seems like a 40 works the best for me. I ordered a 47 and that was way too long. So I'm sticking with a 40 on that. And oddly for me, I have 2 more pairs of socks on the needles. That is not like me at all. So one of these socks I decided to cast on because I started watching Little Bobbin's Knits. I had never watched her podcast before, but I started watching it and I loved it, and she had a Christmas Eve cast on. So I cast these on Christmas Eve, and these are Desert Vista Dye Works in the Eau Clark colorway, and they are sparkly and super pretty, and they have this gorgeous rainbow stripe, this white with little rainbow flecks in it, and I really love it. It's supposed to represent the colored lights that he uses in the movie, based on Christmas Vacation, which we actually just watched during the holidays. It was really fun to see that again. So yeah, so I'm enjoying knitting on these. And then I had cast on another Gale's Artsakh blank because I placed an order and I just had to cast it on right away. It's kind of unlike me to do that, but I did. And this is one of her extreme sock blanks. Look at that. That's nuts. So I cast that on, and surprisingly, it knits up very muted. I thought the colors here are very strong, but the sock is very muted. And that's because the dye doesn't go all the way into the back, the spattered dye that she did. So when it comes off the blank, you've got a lot of speckly white bits, and that's how it's knitting up, like speckly goodness. I really am enjoying that. So how do you think I got these 2 feet done so quickly? Because I am a slow sock knitter, and especially with those others on the needles, I usually only have 1 pair on the needles at a time. Well, the reason I cast on some plain vanilla 1 needle socks was because I was going to be going to the movies. I had some professional development coming up, which I was hoping I would be able to knit at, and yes, I was able to knit. So yeah, I just cast these on, and I just had a little bit of a toe done on this one, and I had about this much done on the other one. So what had happened was I gave up my Saturday to take a professional development course in youth mental health to become a first aid responder, and it was a great training. I really enjoyed the training, and knitting was encouraged. It was all about mental health, and this is for my mental health. So anyway, it was great. I got, gosh, like this much done between my fingers on this guy, and about this much done on this guy, and it was awesome. And it was kind of funny. My coworkers know that I knit, but they've never seen me knit in public. And yeah, they came over and feeling the socks. It was really fun. So I was super happy that I was able to craft yesterday. I haven't knit a stitch today. Today it's Sunday, late in the afternoon, actually early evening, and I have not knit a stitch because I needed to catch up on things because I was out all day yesterday. Haven't knit anything today. So I was happy to get that done yesterday. All right, so the other thing I started was a barn raising square. And the yarn here is Leading Men Fiber Arts in the Fox Says What colorway. And I got this as a mini skein. And it's really sad because I have not had time to knit on this. I can really only knit on this at home because I am terrified that I'm going to lose my size 1 signature DPNs. I do not want to lose those DPNs. So yeah, it's tiny. But I'm having fun knitting it. And the color, I wasn't sure I would like this color, but I love it. It's got a lot of depth to it. It has this cinnamony red color that I'm obsessed with right now, and an off-white and a gray and a little bit of tan, and it's super pretty. So I'm really enjoying this wee little barn raising square. And I know I'm never going to get these done. I will be 100 before I finish these barn raising squares, but I have to just make time and dedicate some time to them every day. I was trying to make time at 10:30 in the evening, and I just keep forgetting. So I'm just going to have to set an alarm or something to remind myself. And that's basically it for knitting. I've been spinning again, and I've been continuing spinning on some fiber from Into the World, which is a merino silk blend, and it's going to be spun for a Novum shawl, and it's taking me forever, and it's kind of sucking out my soul a little bit with spinning, which is not so good. I feel kind of bad about it, but I really want to finish it because I really want the yarn. I'm almost done with the first braid, and I have another braid to do, and I'm spinning at lace weight, short forward draw, which is not my favorite type of draw to do, but it's starting to go a little bit better. It's starting to go a little bit faster. I've been tinkering with my wheel a little bit, so hopefully that'll be done in another month or so. Because I have other things I want to spin. However, I did pick up my spindles again, and that is super exciting. It was a New Year's goal of mine to try to spindle more because I let it fall by the wayside the last 6 months, and that is not good because I have beautiful, beautiful tools. This is a Jenkins spindle. It's an Aegean, and it has a hummingbird on it, and I love it to pieces. It's beautiful, and I am really almost finished spinning this project. I only have this much fiber left, so I should finish this project this week, which makes me super happy. And that's that. I actually cast on a hat, a running hat, which I will show you next week when I finish it because I didn't bring it up here. And that is it. So the other thing I wanted to show you, this is a finished object. This was my 2015 holiday shawl. And you saw this last week, or a couple weeks ago when I recorded. I was still working on it, and I finished it and wore it for the holidays. And this yarn is Nitty Color mini skeins. So I just did it magic cake style, and it's the magic cake ruffle shawl without a ruffle, basically, because I didn't have enough yarn for a ruffle. So it came out awesome, and I love it. It's really Christmassy, so I probably won't wear it again until the holidays next year, but that's okay. I have lots of shawls to wear in the meantime. All right, so let's talk about some things that I bought. I told you that my online shopping is a little bit out of control. It's slowing down, so that's good. So we'll see. I don't really like to make Stache New Year's resolutions. So I knit what I want to knit and buy what I want to buy. I'm not going to worry about it. But a few weeks ago, I showed you some Plucky Knitter that I bought, and I had bought these 3 skeins. And they're gorgeous. This skein is called Bedrock, and it's in the Bellow base, which is a Merino Cashmere blend 55-45, beautiful and soft. This is Putty in My Hands, and this is their 75-25 Merino Cashmere Nylon blend. And I bought this one on a Stache. I put out a In Search Of on the Plucky Knitter group, and someone had one in their stash, and this is called Silver Lining. So I wanted to use these 3 in a shawl, and this shawl is by Joji Locatelli, and it's called, I don't know how to pronounce it, Huhui maybe, or Yuye, or Juje, I'm not really sure. But it's a gorgeous, gorgeous 3-color shawl. I don't know if you guys ever noticed, I'm not a big fan of the 2-color and 3-color shawls. You don't see me knitting them too much except for this one. I don't knit a lot of them, but I just loved this one, and I loved her color sense. So I was going to use these 3 colors for it, and I think they would be beautiful. But I had placed another Plucky order, and I ordered a surprise skein in that order. And this is it. It's beautiful. It's another skein of the Bellow, which is the Merino Cashmere 55-45, and it's in a beautiful blue. So I thought I would change my plan and do the shawl in these 3 colors. And I think they're gorgeous. And that's pretty much exactly what I'm going to do. So here's the 3 I'm going to do this shawl in. And if I swap this one out from my original, kind of blah. But this one really makes it pop. And her color scheme is also a white, a pink, and a blue. So I think it's going to be gorgeous. And I'm super excited about it. So that's that. And along with that mystery skein, I ordered a sweater's worth of Plucky Knitter in Sweater. Ooh, pretty. Which is a merino nylon. Just merino nylon, 90-10. Should hold up really nice. I ordered 4 of them. And I'm going to knit a sleeveless top for the spring, because that's a beautiful spring color. And I actually have a skirt that might match it, so we'll see how that goes. All right, so more Stache. I caught an update by, it wasn't really an update, it was a sale, Miss Bab's sale, and I got a skein of Yowza in Zombie Prom. Beautiful colors. I just love this. It's gorgeous. Pinks and browns and tans and greens. And I'm going to knit another Yowza Wayet shawl by Susan B. Anderson. I think the 4th one. I think this is going to be the 4th one when I get around to it, because I have a lot that I'm knitting right now. We'll see. And one more. I got an amazing Christmas present from my dear husband. This is it. It's the Apple Watch. It's amazing. I love it. I don't know if you can see. Anyway, I love the Apple Watch. It's fantastic. And I can get all sorts of notifications on it. And it's good for my running and health. It encourages you to do healthy habits during the day and whatnot. But anyway, it gives me Instagram notifications right on my wrist. And when dyers update, I know about it. So I got a skein of sesame from Mustache Yarns. And it's gorgeous. I love it. It's absolutely beautiful. So I've been wanting this since SSK 2014, where I didn't buy it, and now I have a skein. So that brings us to the end of the show. Lots of things I want to knit in the new year. Next week I will go through, I usually catalog what I've knit and spun during the New Year's season or during the previous year. And then I will let you know the totals and whatnot. I just haven't gotten around to that. And I have a lot of knitting plans for the new year. Not the least of which is going to be all of this stuff over here. So, and I have plans for some older stash as well. I'm itching to cast on a pair of gloves. Why? I am not. Why do I want to cast on gloves? I don't know. So, I don't know. I just had this urge. I'm like, you need to wind that yarn and cast on gloves. I'll show you that next week. I'll see if that happens. So, anyway, have a great week. I hope to see you next week. Please subscribe on YouTube. If I hit 300 subscribers, I'm going to have a really great giveaway. Just post in the TV Knitting Podcast group on Ravelry and let me know that you have subscribed or that you are already a subscriber. If you are a iTunes subscriber, try it on YouTube and let me know. So that's about it. I hope to see some of you at Vogue Knitting Live. Come on up to me if you see me. I'm extremely friendly, especially to knitters. I will give you a hug. I'm super excited about it. And yeah, I'll tell you about it all next weekend. So have a great week, and I'll see you back next week. Cheers.